That's not something you get very often. Oh, cheers. Happy Thirsty Thursday. Oh, I got to turn this right. Somebody will get mad at me if I don't. That tastes so good. Tastes so good. So I do think it will be a shorter show. A couple reasons. Number one, it's basically the start of Labor Day weekend, so there's going to be less people here. Plus, anything I say on this show is going to be forgotten by the end of the day, Monday. So, hell, who are we kidding? Anything I say on this show is forgotten 10 minutes after I say it anyway.
What? Did you say something?
If anybody's even listening. You don't listen to anything I say anyway. You never have. No, you don't.
I'm just glad I didn't have to say it.
So a couple random stories just to start though. These are pretty short, but well, and one's kind of important, I guess. But I'll I'll tell them in chronological order. How's that? That's a big word. That is a lot of syllables. So finished up work pretty late last night. Had a lot of stuff to get done, and was thinking through and working through some ideas and some things that we're working for the future, and was sending out some emails and taking care of orders and all that stuff. And so I got done. I'm gonna say 12:30, 1 o'clock last night. And I was still wound up. I was nowhere near ready to go to bed. So, which is normal. I usually don't go to bed till 2, somewhere around in there, sometimes a little later. And so that's always funny when somebody calls and it's like 1:30 and I'm like, thanks for calling USA Made Blade. And they're like, what the fuck? So
I believe in normal business.
I poured myself a red Solo cup of wine. Figured I would sit outside, enjoy the sounds of nature. It was the humidity was gone by this hour, and I play for wind down sometimes. I really don't play it much anymore, but I'll play online poker. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a big poker fan. I love Texas Hold'em. So I'm sitting there. I'm really into this match, and I'm doing pretty darn well. And there's one guy I'm just trying to train wreck his money, and bankrupt him. And I had my cup of wine sitting over on the windowsill. And I probably hadn't picked it up or paid any attention to it for half an hour. I was really into the game. And so finally went over to pick it up and started to sip at it, and something hit my upper lip right as I was about to. And so I spit out what was in my mouth. I knew it was a bug. And I looked down, and it is a praying mantis. And I watched this thing. So this thing had still, even though I hit it, it was off to the side a little bit. It barely touched my upper lip. It was turned facing into the cup, and I think was consuming some of my wine. And then I set it back down. I'm like, well, okay, let's see what happens here. I know not to drink after it. I think they're known for carrying tapeworms and shit like that or something. So I sat there and just watched this thing. I was like, I think it's drinking the damn wine. And then I watched it try to take off. And this thing basically flew about this far and then just went, and like literally a slow flying airplane into the ground, and hit the ground and just kind of rolled over. I've never seen anything like it. This is a good sized praying mantis.
Pretty sure
And
it's one of the male versions.
it might have been, but just laid there on the ground. And I'm like, there's no way to videotape this now and be like, hey, this guy's drunk. Because it just looked like a dead praying mantis. But anyway, I sat there and I'm like, oh, well, that was entertaining. I poured the wine out, got myself another cup of wine.
In a new cup?
Yeah, in a new cup. Went back outside and was like, trying to keep an eye on him, and was back playing my game. And a little while later, I look over, and this time I'm checking my cup ahead of time and having a couple sips of wine. And I take my flashlight and kind of look under the chair to see if he was still there. And it had been another half an hour, maybe 20 minutes or so. And this guy is up. And he has decided, hey, he may not be able to fly home, but he can walk it. And I watched this guy just zigzag as slow. And then once again, I guess I could have put it on like the fast speed mode, but it wouldn't have done it justice. It was just as slow, and then he'd stop.
You know what? Been there.
It was, it was entertaining.
I feel that bug's pain.
Yeah. So I had a pretty good laugh out of it. Ended up bankrupting that guy, so I was happy about that. It's not real money.
None of it is.
None of it.
It's all ones and zeros.
So, but finished up the house, like, all right, it's time to go to bed. So as I said, this moves on to the second story. So this goes into chronological order. I go get in bed. I'm laying down, my eyes are closing, I'm about to fall asleep, and I get a text on my phone it says it's from my credit card, and it asked me if I tried to if I made a $400 and some purchase from Whoop.com. I think
Did you look to find out what Whoop.com
I did
was?
not. I think it was Whoop.com or Whoop Inc. Whoop Inc. I hope it's one of those places where they'll come to your house and kick your ass if you pay them enough or something. But not that I want them to come to my house, but whoever did this needs an ass whooping. So the way it came through, I'm almost like, this isn't from my credit card company. I almost just deleted it and went to bed. I was like, it'll take me 5 minutes. I'll sleep better. Let me just go downstairs and check on this. So I went downstairs, pulled up my account online, and lo and behold, it wasn't just a $450 or whatever it was purchase from Whoop.com. There were, in the course of about 10 minutes, there was almost $9,000 worth of purchases on my credit card. So,
That was the praying mantis.
that's pretty funny.
Got into your wine, got into your wallet, started ordering shit.
So, needless to say, I still to this day have no idea. And yesterday, my wife, neither one of us had used the credit card, so we have no idea how this hack happened or when this hack happened. Somebody got it, maybe a gas station thing where they can pull it off of it, or maybe a food line. But very frustrating. I've had the same number. Actually, I've only had the same number for like 2 years. So this just happened 2 years ago. And the credit card company's going to wipe off all the bad charges. But what ticks me off is that they're not going to call the companies and let them know. So if somebody gets it and they process it, they're going to ship. And then my credit card company is going to say, well, too bad, it was fraudulent. And then they're out the product and the money. So I took the time. I woke up kind of early today, even though I didn't get to bed last night till, I guess, 3:34, something like that. Because I had to go change. I had to call Chase. I had to go through all that crap.
And while you were doing all that, did you do it by yourself, or did you wake up?
No, I woke my wife up to change her information because we're getting hacked. So we went through, changed every password to everything. Took care of all of that. It doesn't take that long if you know how to do it.
I was asleep. I did not know what was happening.
I don't care. As much as you spend,
What are you talking
it was
about?
probably your fault that it got stolen in the first place. Olive Garden. Who eats,
Unlimited
who eats it?
breadsticks and credit card fraud.
Who eats at Olive Garden anymore? Okay, so anyway,
Take out in Florida for my sister.
So needless to say, yeah, I took the time to look up all the charges and called every company. And one of them, they said, hey, we were checking on this. We weren't sure whether or not to ship it. But they were very appreciative. Very appreciative. So, if this ever happens to you, look through. If it's Walmart or somewhere like that, by the time you hunt somebody down and go through their phone tree, fuck them. That's their fault. They should have something where you can immediately email or text somebody there and go, this is fraud. But but if it's a smaller company and you can make one phone call and save them a lot of loss or a lot of headache, take the time, make the call. It's certainly, fraud has certainly hurt our business pretty hard in the past. So, but anyway, so yeah, fun night, fun morning, lack of sleep, good bit of exhaustion going on today. So that's another reason this will be a short show.
I think you got another email today about a charge you didn't make
Huh?
when I went to lunch.
Oh, God bless. Yeah, but that was so for some reason when Kevin was buying a knife from Hinder at Blade Show, Brian put it in with my email and my information and put it into what's that system? It's the Square system. So now every time Kevin buys anything and the people he's buying it from have a Square system, I immediately get an email saying, thank you for your purchase. And today I'm like, I get an email. He was getting tacos at La Torilla, which is the same place I'd eaten at like 3 hours earlier. But I paid cash, and all of a sudden I get an email because I couldn't pay credit card. And they're like, thank you for your purchase. And I'm like, A, how did they get my email? B, I paid cash. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm like, damn it, every time, drives me crazy. And it's happened several times at Blade Show. I'm like, will you quit? Just use something else.
I didn't do it.
I know, but it's been comical. Do you hear it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the praying mantis. He's addicted. He's got an alcohol problem. He's trying to get back in the house. All right. So let's run through. We got some knives to talk about for sure. So we're going to run through that and then take a few questions. And like I said, this will be an early evening. I feel confident. So what? Nothing. Glad to know you're not listening. Flirting back and forth with my customers.
Oliver, it wasn't my choice.
Uh-huh.
It's just my daddy loves it.
So anyway, it's been a busy week for a lot of stuff that's come in. Has been stuff that we've already had. We did do some customization stuff this week, but not a ton. But one of the things that we did do was we took some of these McNeese Mac 2 3.5s, the ones with natural micarta, and the one with OD micarta. And we put let me close this. It's going to show up better in this lighting. Put our battled stars and stripes on it. This turned out really good. It looks really good both with the OD and the natural. But I got to admit, I'm probably a bigger fan of it with the OD. Turned out very, very cool. I did not do many of these, so I think there's just one left of the OD and maybe 2 left of the natural. And that's going to be all we're going to do on these, I believe. So,
Significant weight difference.
yeah, it's about half an ounce.
Yeah.
So definitely a significant, and here it is on the natural as well. God, that's showing up better. It's just the angle, I guess. But still wicked smooth. Great action on these, but I just feel like that looked really good. So it's the Atomic Battled Stars and Stripes, Atomic Bronze. And I thought that pattern fits this knife as well as I've ever seen it fit a knife. I think it looks really, really good. But so we did those, I don't know, sometime Tuesday, maybe Monday. And then also this week, we launched some more Hinders. So it's not really new drops, but it's, they're new to us. They just came in, but we've dropped them before. This is actually our last one. This is the Hinder XM18 3.5 non-flipper Bowie. And this is the last one we've got in the building with the translucent green and working finish. They really did a good job with these. Very smooth, great action, great flip on them. S45 steel, I believe, on these, yep. And then shocking to us, we weren't expecting it. We did get in another batch of Hinder Eclipse Harpoon Spantos. I love the Harpoon Spanto. I don't think I've ever hidden that. I think it looks really, really good on the Eclipse. So we've got a handful of those left. I think we launched those 2 days ago. I don't know. The days this week have kind of all melted together. But great action on these. Really good looking knife. The Eclipse, it really is. It's a stunner of a knife. And just kind of, a lot of similar features to the XM18 3.5, but a totally different look to it. But you can definitely see it's a Hinder. It's just got that Hinder look overall.
I think you need to start delaying any talks about McNeese knives.
Because they just joined.
5 minutes-ish.
Yeah. Yeah. And McNeese, we got to do this in a different order because we just
finished talking
finished talking about your knives. So, and then also this week, for, I guess it was Micarta Monday. So yeah, the McNeeses were on Monday, and we also did this is the ZT0308 BLKTS. This is our Battle Stars, or this is just our regular Stars and Stripes on these. These always turn out really, really good. And so we did some with the LMF Joe natural Micarta scales. These turned out, I have never thought about putting the natural Micarta on these. I don't know why. I guess maybe we've done it in the past. But I saw a picture of somebody who had one of Joe's scales and then was looking at the black hardware with that natural Micarta and was like, man, that really pops. It looks really good. So these also come with the original scale. I think we've just got a couple of these left, but they turned out really nice. So definitely check those out. And then also this past week we just had a few left over of Hinder XM18 3-inch Harpoon Tantos. Interesting enough, this was kind of wild. This was one of the ones we customized with Battle Blue Stars and Stripes on it. Seems to be a theme tonight. So interestingly enough, we had quite a few Battle Green with bronzed out hardware, and they just set and set. I don't know why. And then all of a sudden, I had people hit me up on Messenger, and people hit me up in different places, like, "Oh my God, this looks so good!" Asking me questions about it. And within literally, I think 4 or 5 people that asked about them, and then within 10 minutes, they all sold. So I don't know what happened, if the people just couldn't see them on our site, and then all of a sudden they could, or if somebody somewhere posted something. But if somebody knows, please let me know, because I'd like to thank that person and ask them to post some more stuff. But all those people have asked if we're going to do some more Battle Greens on the XM18 3-inch Harpoon Tanto, and the answer is yes. I've already got some done at the shop. And actually the answer is yes to customized on quite a few of the Hinders. We've got another batch that we'll do that we'll release sometime next week that we're just kind of slowly working on. And then let's talk about what's coming up. So since we're talking about Hinder, probably the big news that we announced last week, that they had an XM24 Skinny coming, but we couldn't say what grind or anything else. I guess you guys, if you're a big Hinder fan, you saw today that it is the Hinder XM24 Skinny warning. And I got to tell you, 15 minutes before, I knew that they released the picture today, but I hadn't gone and looked at it. And about 15 minutes before we went live, I went over and looked at it, and damn. So Sam even texted me today and was like, I didn't know what I'd think of this one. I really wasn't sure if it would work. And he was like, but this thing's hot as hell. It looks really, really good. So we're not going to have those this week, but hopefully we might see those trickling in next week. If not, it might be 2 weeks. But we definitely have some. They're definitely shipping some to dealers. So keep an eye out for that. And then also coming up, I've got some things out here just to remind me. So I do have, this is my own. You'll notice if I can ever use my own knife, I will. So sometimes if you're seeing a knife in the preview video and it looks like it has some wear or something on it, just realize we're not trying to sell you used products. This is my Chris Reeve Sebenza. So shocking, shocking, shocking. A lot of you guys are going to be very excited about this one, but probably not going to happen next week, but sometime in the first 7 to 10 days of September, we should have Chris Reeve Umnumzans coming in. I don't know any other details about him. I don't know if there's anything else special about him or anything different, but it looked to me, based on the invoice that came over today, which I couldn't pay because I'm waiting on my new credit card to arrive. So that's going to delay the shipping, but I don't think they were going to ship today anyway. So we'll get those. They'll ship those out hopefully next week, and then we'll have them. Hopefully, I don't even think we'll have them in time to show off next Thursday, but we should be able to give you guys a good update on about where they are and what's going on with them. So Umnumzans are going to happen in September for sure, and it's a pretty good sized batch. I'm excited about them. It's not enough that I think we're going to have extras at the end of the day. We still have a list of people who want them, but very excited to have some Umnumzans coming. And then also, we told you guys last
time
week.
You said it sounded like you had a stroke.
That's how it sounds every time I say it.
This one was more stroke.
So, also coming up, I've got my own Conagarius out. We do have just a couple more of our exclusives that are shipping to us, so we're going to be able to get those listed up.
Is that only the full size or the mini size?
That's the only full size. And then also in full size, we're going to have some plain Janes, I think, with blue hardware and bronze hardware, and then some plain Janes with Corda or some Corda tie. So it's
come in different blade shapes?
not to my knowledge. I don't know.
Then I don't know what the question is. Okay.
Honest to God, I've paid so little attention to Umnumzans because they just come and go like that, that I don't know. I mean, these could be Tantos, Spantos, Dole, Spoons. I don't know. Hell, there might not even be a blade. It might just be the Umnumzan handle. But on the box, it's going to say Umnumzan, so we're going to take a picture of it and put them on the site. But anyway, we've got just a small batch of some plain Jane Koenigs coming in. Very excited about that as well.
Larger quantity than the
Exclusive?
Yeah.
No, that's small batch. Small batch. I mean, it's not many of each. And these are, I think, priced from $765 to about $865 for the Corda tie, something like that.
plain Janes have blue hardware or no?
I think so. Yes, I think we've got some with blue and some with bronze hardware, which I'll be interested to see with the plain Janes if the bronze or the blue hardware sells faster. I like bronze more, so I would always think the bronze hardware sells faster, but it's typically the blue.
I like the blue.
Yeah, well, you're weird.
Yeah. Can you please say Monster Huge Umnumzan 3 times?
I cannot. Not going to happen tonight. So that's literally that. We're starting September off with some really cool stuff. No word from Demco. That's my bad. I definitely need to get in touch with them. And I promised you guys I would, but I had several interruptions this week and a hell of a kids volleyball schedule. So every freaking day, man, every day. These kids, hey, you parents of like multiple athlete kids that play like sports all year long.
How do you live?
Here's to you. I'm impressed. Well, what are you talking about? You're over there, Mrs. Bus Driver, like, I get to take her to more volleyball. Yay! Yay! Volleyball.
Your statement was parents with multiple child athletes.
Yeah. We just have one, and and I'm not even involved in all of it, and it's wearing me the hell out. So,
Is there a Les George Talos exclusive? Or is it Talos?
regardless of what it is, no.
Okay.
No. I will tell you, we have something in the works with Les. That I'm very, very excited about.
Yeah, it's a bomb.
Get out of the house now! You see the damn robot going about. We do have something going on with Les. I'm really, really, really excited about it. I'm hoping you guys are going to be really, really excited about it, but that's all I can say. And I thought it would be next year. It won't. It's probably going to land this year. So I'm stoked. We'll see where it goes. Ooh, what else? Any other questions?
Neely says he's starting the next full-time run of Hydra.
Okay. That'll work. Let's move forward. Let's start talking about next week. So, we do have some big announcements. I'm not even going to tell you what they are. But
Well, what kind of a dick move is that?
because it's, a lot of stuff was ready to be announced tonight, and it is. Some of the stuff is here, some of the stuff's ready to be, but we're not going to do anything with it till after next week anyway.
I got a bunch
So-
of big shit I want to tell you about.
So yeah,
Not
next
now.
next Thursday show, it's to me, it's like August is a little bit of July, and August is like non-knife months. It's we got very lucky. We had some really cool shit come in, so we blew it out of the damn water for August. But normally August is like, let's just shut everything down and sell toilet paper for a month or something. I mean, it's usually a very painful month. Just because of the things that we had happen and got lucky, August turned out to be an amazing month. So moving forward, it's one of those things that it's like September is when the knife season starts again. It's a 10-month season, and with a few little breaks in between, but there's definitely a good chunk of July and part of August that it is definitely much more flat, and it is, like I said, just hadn't been that way this year, but we've been fortunate. So yeah, I don't feel like making these announcements until it's knife season.
Well,
So
then don't tease him with it.
no, the reason I'm mentioning it at all is that be prepared, because I do expect that next Thursday is going to be a really good show, and we should have a lot of shit to talk about. A lot of updates, a lot of new product, a lot of ventures that we're getting into, some different things we're going to throw at the wall and see what sticks. So I'm really excited about next week's show. I'm excited to see how it'll go. We may even have a special guest or two. We're going to try and figure out how we can fit it all in an hour. But September, we've got a lot ramped up for it. Not that you shouldn't be buying knives this weekend, but we'd appreciate it if you definitely would. But we've got a lot of stuff to kick off coming in September, including Nick Nichols will have some big announcements. So
Yeah, apparently he put speed holes in a dreadnought.
yeah, I saw that. It's so when you stick it out the window, it won't blow out of your hand.
That shouldn't have been fun. Any word on anything from Defiant 7? Anything new? Anything?
We're working and talking with Les George, and we've got some cool stuff in the works. That's all I can say.
Any kind of half-track information at all?
Yeah, they're awesome. And you said half track. Yes, we are. We have two new, not new, but two exclusive half tracks coming again sometime this next quarter, I hope. But
two separate exclusives.
yes, but I don't know
Half-track model?
I don't know a time frame. I really don't. So, but I'm excited. We haven't had half tracks in a while. At least it doesn't. It feels like it has been a while. So I'm excited. And these two are definitely my favorite two out of the ones that have been done. And then we're gonna be talking with Rick soon about possibly for next year getting a new grind for the half track. So we'll see where that goes.
You heard anything in the league about any new special releases from ZT?
ZT was due to drop something midsummer, but what I understand is their production schedule for the U.S. has just been exploded.
What they
So-
dropped as expectations?
I did. ZT is being given a hard time, and right now I kind of understand it. I know that they have an overbuilt folder that's in the works. I don't know if that'll drop, if it'll be a fixed blade. I do know that they have some smaller folders as well that are in the mix. Well, we'll see which one drops, but know that an overbuilt badass ZT is supposedly in the works and supposed to be happening 2 months ago. But
2.0.
this is why, this exact reason is why years ago ZT used to pre-announce their drops and show off what was coming, and then people would get burnt out waiting for it, and then by the time it dropped, people were like, "We hate it," just because ZT made them wait so long. So that's why they don't pre-announce anymore, I guess. So when it comes out, it comes out. I'm willing to wait.
Any word on whether you're getting any hardware or scales from Hinder?
No. I need to have a conversation with Sam about that. I'd like to get into that a little more than we have been. And I would like to get some half-track tie scales, but I haven't had a conversation with them, and that needs to happen soon. So, sorry. Well, I'm also trying to check YouTube. Classic sports are great.
No, not mayor, just city council.
I don't carry my Project X, to be honest. Mostly because we just never keep them in stock long enough. And I am thinking about changing my rule. I'm thinking about saying that, because my rule is unless we have it in stock, I won't carry it. So I'm thinking unless we don't, like if we're sold out of Hinders completely, then I can't carry a Hinder. Right. I'm thinking about changing it to that rule instead of I won't carry a half track right now because we don't have any half tracks. So I only get to carry my half track 3 months out of the year at best, if I'm lucky. I even remember the last time, when we did the half track warning, which is definitely one of my absolute favorites, and we had 10 left. So I took them off the new page, and I moved this. Isn't this terrible? This is how bad I wanted to keep carrying that knife. Moved them off the new page and moved them to the bottom of the Hinderer page so that people would have to actually go to the Hinderer page on our site and scroll down to find them so that I could carry my half track just a little longer. Yeah, that's terrible. But comical.
So the updated rule would be if there are no Hinderer knives in stock, then you won't carry any Hinderer knives.
Yeah, I still haven't put it in place, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaning. So, but I think it'd have to be, I don't know. I'm going to have to work on this one. So, but folks, I think that's all we got. We'll save questions and everything else for next week, or any other questions. But anyway, we'll be back next Thursday. I think it should be an Off the Chain live show. Really should be a big one. So I hope you'll come join us.
I'm sorry, did you say Off the Chain?
Yeah. I had a flashback to the 80s or something.
Are we all wearing hammer pants?
We are. But anyway, I'm excited about next week's show. So I hope you'll join in. I also hope that you all have a very safe and enjoyable Labor Day weekend.
And those of you that have jobs.
Yeah, and don't forget to buy some knives while you're either working or not working this weekend.
Have you put any thought into a 2025 open house yet?
Not a second. Not 1 second. I don't think it will happen.
Are we bringing back what's in the box?
Yes, we will be doing what's in the box, but didn't want to do it tonight.
Every week thing.
What's in the box is definitely not an every week thing. I swear, one week I'm gonna be what's in the box. I'm gonna be, it's a Swiss Army knife.
I have no plans. It's not gonna happen at all. Lame.
Well, we may do something, but if we do anything, it'll be like a regional.
What about just the tip? Are we bringing back just the tip?
We need to. That needs to happen. Everyone needs to.
Bring back Kevin 40 hands. Not yet.
Just the tip should never go away.
It didn't with your bum.
Should have known that was coming. All right, I think that's all I got. We went 4 minutes longer than I thought we would. So hey, there you go. 4 minutes of bonus material. Anyway.
Stay tuned for behind the scenes and bloopers.
Oh dear God. No, I'm. Well, we got to end it because I'm going to slip up and say something that's coming or something I shouldn't. All right. Anyway, I appreciate everybody. Go over to USA Made Blade. Get yourself something.
Knife.
And enjoy your weekend, folks. See you next Thursday. Oh, and now